Thank you, Madam Chair.
Strike the last word.
I move to strike the last word.
Gentleman's recognized.
In response to the ranking member's comments, I think they're over. I think the concerns might be overblown. I don't think just as Title 42 is used now, it does not supersede basic asylum law. It is a tool used to expedite removal of people who should be removed anyway. And this simply widens the scope of who might fall under that. I think it is obvious that fentanyl is a public health hazard. And as to the issue of whether people who are truly deserving of asylum can no longer access the United States and our asylum process, well, I would say that's already the case because of how many people are flooding our border. What's actually happening is that economic migrants, who really have no asylum case whatsoever, and by the way, fleeing violence is not an asylum case. You must be persecuted. There's strict standards for what asylum actually is. A bad situation is not asylum. Where else would that apply around the world? So what happens now is economic migrants flood the system, and true asylum seekers with real cases can't actually get into the system. If you actually look at the statistics of, say, Northern Triangle countries, only 13% have been granted, when the final court case is done, 13% get granted asylum. That's because the rest of them are simply economic migrants. It doesn't make them bad people, but they're economic migrants if we're just being honest. And so because of that mass influx, the real asylum seekers can't get a hearing. They can't get in line. They're stuck in limbo forever. And what about the people who don't have the geographical benefit of being able to walk across our border around the world? What about them? Our system can't possibly handle all the people around the world that have true asylum cases because of the people who opportunistically just walk across our southern border. We're attempting to get a hold of this because that's the actual compassionate thing to do, both for our own citizens who are being poisoned by fentanyl, but also for people around the world who deserve asylum and are actually eligible for our true asylum process. I think that's how we should think about this in truly compassionate terms, and I yield back.